Yo, what is going on, my YouTube people? 2099 back here with another video. Before we start anything, as you may notice, the quality of the video may not be what it usually is, and that is because I broke my camera. Yep,
Oh my god, bro.
yeah, I messed it up. I don't know what I did. Do not fear. I will fix it. It's not going to be like that for the next video. It's just a temporary thing. Bear with me. Just get used to these pixels for now, and we're gonna try our best to get on with this video. But in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the tragic tale of Jesse Lingard. Yes, one player that I feel like a lot of people do love because of his personality, more so of his football skills. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about just what happened to him, what's going on with Jesse Lingard, what is he doing now, what's happened, why has he fallen off. Before we get into this video, if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to drop that subscription. It would help a lot to the channel. Like the video if you guys are enjoying it as well. And if you guys want to join me on other social media websites, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and TikTok, all those links will be down in the description for you guys to check out. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, let's get started. He's a player that I feel like I said in the beginning of the video is someone that is a fan favorite amongst just football fans in general. You don't really need to be a United fan or even a Forest fan to like him. I feel like Lingard is a player that a lot of people do like. I know there's been a lot of memes and
You're right, Neymar. Yeah, it's onion.
and such. But if you put all that aside, he comes across as a very likable person. He's someone that is out of his comfort zone, and he does share a lot more about his life than other footballers do. You know, he's got a YouTube channel, and, you know, he does things that a lot of people would like to see when it comes with footballers. But fortunately, footballers in usual are a lot more reserved. But it's nice to see someone like Jesse Lingard. Unfortunately, his football career may not have gone to plan. He had a very promising career. He was doing very well at United in his early years, and he's been at the club for so long, ever since he was a little kid. It's the boyhood club that he loves and he's playing with. That sounds amazing. United in general, pretty much ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left, have not been the best. I think we all are aware of that. If you're United fans or not, they haven't been the best. Now, they've went under severe management issues and changes over the years, and it never really took off pretty much until now, to be honest. Lingard is a player that was clicking at some points and not clicking at the other. Unfortunately, he wasn't clicking most of the time. Now, everyone remembers that famous FA Cup goal that he scored, and it was a fantastic goal. And he's also known a lot for his celebrations. I mean, there's the moonwalk celebration, the flute celebration. Like I said, one of the reasons why he's a fan favorite of the people, he's just someone that's very entertaining to watch. He's a player that I feel like had a lot of potential. I wouldn't say he necessarily wasted his potential, because that's not true. I feel like he's been hit with a mix of bad luck. He's been quite underwhelming when people were expecting things of him. And he's obviously had that loan spell at West Ham that we're going to be talking about, and we're obviously going to talk about the present time right now at Forest. How is he doing? Now, in the beginning of the years, like I've said, he was decent. He was, you know, doing some moves as a youngster. He was doing his thing. People were seeing him as one of the next big players, big stars at Manchester United. And like I said, people are going to remember his FA Cup goals and such. People had such high hopes for Jesse Lingard, but it just didn't go well. I feel like year by year, it was kind of getting worse and worse, and you would pretty much see him getting dropped out of games, not starting, not even being in the entire lineup. It's just a case where he just wasn't producing the results that United were expecting of him. Obviously, at a club as big as United, you cannot afford to make one season, two season mistakes. You can't be off form for that long. I know it has happened to a few players. You know, I'm looking at Anthony Martial or even Marcus Rashford, who's been off form last year, but so slowly came back now this season. And I feel like if this was during Alex Ferguson's period, I feel like that would have not even been tolerated. But in some way, I feel like he's been giving a lot of chances. Jesse Lingard, he just never got to it. And, you know, the damage was already done at that point. There's nothing much you can do. He's also been invited on a podcast that I'm sure a lot of you have seen on social media. It really did open my eyes on his life and how he felt at United. If you guys haven't checked that out, I highly suggest you to go watch it out, because it is a lot more insightful than this video for sure. It's like about around an hour long. It's a very, very good podcast, good insight on his life, and he explains in detail, and it was pretty emotional, you know, explaining that, you know, he had issues with family and he had issues with outside things, and those things are going to affect him, of course, when it comes to football. And we haven't just seen that with Jesse Lingard, but we've seen that with plenty of other players. When things like that are going to happen, happen, the damage is already done. You can't really come back from that unless you're a super monster of a player, which just did not happen in Jesse Lingard's case. It's sad because he's a player that I felt like he did try his best. Maybe some people would disagree. From what I saw from him, I feel like he was always constantly trying. I feel like he should have probably left United a lot sooner to save his career. I felt like he kind of left United too late. At that point, it was already pretty much done for his career. I mean, he is, getting to those older ages of football, and it's important to save one another when it's not going well at your club. So he left for West Ham, and all of a sudden, he became an absolute monster. And that's what I think he needed. He needed a breath of fresh air. He needed something new. United was like this thing that was constantly choking him, and he just had to get out of it. But if I was him, I would leave way sooner than, he did. And yeah, West Ham, listen, he even won Player of the Month. Yeah, he was doing fantastic. And people were finally saying, oh, maybe he's back. West Ham never officially bought him. I mean, he came back to United. Again, same situation. He stopped playing. So what happens? What happens then? He was a player that was on form, and it just completely ruined his flow. And when he went back to United, he obviously got transferred to now the newly promoted team, Nottingham Forest, which are doing quite decent. And he's a so-so player for them. He's not amazing, but he's not terrible either. He's just all right with them. But that West Ham form is completely gone. And I feel really bad talking about Lingard because he's, like I said, a fan favorite. I feel like he's a player that if he would have been a great player, he would have been so liked by fans. And he got a lot of abuse as well. We got to remember, when he wasn't performing well, there was also this case of him getting a lot of abuse on social media and such. A little bit of similar to what's happening to players like Jadon Sancho and even Marcus Rashford and such. I mean, it's very common in English football, unfortunately, where players that don't perform, unfortunately, get racially abused. And it's a reality that they have to face. It's sad saying it, but it is a reality that we must all acknowledge. All in all, Jesse Lingard, I feel like, had his moments, but also struggled a lot. And he's doing decent at Forest, like I said. And I feel like he needs to push for a move out of England. And I know it's very difficult because he's got family and such to take care of. But when you're in a player in his position, you have to get out of England and try to compete with the best they can. I mean, I don't know where necessarily he would fit at, but it's just very clear now that the Prem is not his place to play. Hopefully he proves us wrong, but from what it looks like, at least, it's a question of just inconsistency. He's not consistent enough to stay in the Premier League. I feel like he would be better off in another league. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe of a Ligue 1 in France. I feel like he'd be very good. A league similar to that, but it's just he has to be in a league where he can start at that thing and playing better because the Prem is getting outdated for him. He needs a new challenge. That's the way I think he'd do better. Maybe you guys have a different opinion. Maybe you guys think, no, he should stay in the Prem and, fight for his place and such. Or maybe it's too late. I don't know. That's your guys' opinion. And I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section or on the other social media sites, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and such. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think Jesse Lingard should do? Should he continue what he's doing right now? Should he try to push for a move out of England? Obviously, it's very difficult for him to do so considering everything he's going through, and you really do have to feel for him. But at the end of the day, he's had some moments. I mean, it's not like his career was a complete failure. He's won a few stuff, and he's had his moments, like I said, and he was a Manchester United player, and he stayed at that club for very long, ever since he was a kid, and that's something that no one will ever be able to take that away. That's my take on the tragic tale of Jesse Lingard. Hopefully better things are to come from him. Like I said, he's entering that late stage of football, so if I was him, I would try to move to another place and see how well I can do over there. But if not, like I said, let me know what you guys think about this situation down in the comment section or on other social media sites. And yeah, if you guys are new, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. It helps a lot. Thank you guys so much for the support on the recent video. I really do appreciate it. And that's it for me today. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Damn, I'm on red alert. Else you went up in the dirt, man. I don't wanna hurt.